Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review Hot Tub Time Machine 2. So, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 stars Craig Robinson, Clark Dugan, Rob Corddry, and Adam Scott, and what this film is about. It's about, a certain character, I won't spoil it just in case if you haven't seen the trailers, but a certain character gets shot. And what happens is they need to go back in time to stop the killer that shot this certain person. And what happens is that they didn't go back 10 years into the past, they went 10 years into the future. So, what I think of Hot Tub Time Machine 2, honestly, I didn't think this was as bad as a lot of people are saying this movie is. Like, some people are saying it's one of the worst movies of this year. Honestly, I've seen worse, and I thought it was pretty decent. This movie wasn't great, but it was decent, This was a decent movie. So, yeah. Let's get into my positives, because I actually do have a lot of positives with this movie. And my first positive is the acting. The acting's pretty good, for mostly everybody, I thought Craig Robinson, let's just get right into him. He's the best thing about this movie. He honestly is. He's the one that made me laugh the most in this movie. I mean, seriously, he is. Just like the first one, he's just as funny in this movie. He was really, really funny. I loved him in this movie. He's great. That's why he's one of my favorite comedians right now. He's just so great. Clark Dugan actually surprised me because here's the thing. I didn't like him in the first movie. I just thought his character was very boring. I could care less about his character, So, I was actually surprised that I actually liked his character in this movie, and it was actually pretty good, and I did like him in this movie. So, yeah, I was very surprised with that. So, yeah, the girl who plays Rob Corddry's wife, pretty good. So, yeah, mostly everyone was pretty good. Rob Corddry had his moments, but we'll get into him a little bit later on. The comedy's great in the, well, not great, but it's good. The comedy's good in this movie. I really like the comedy in this movie. The word jokes that really did make me laugh. I mean, when we get to Craig Robinson and like he created this dance, it's like so hilarious when you see the music video. It's just him going. It's just so funny. It really was. That was like one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie. So yeah, the comedy's pretty good in this movie. The writing is decent. The writing's decent. We'll get more into the writing afterwards, but the writing was pretty decent for the most part. So yeah, I love the pacing with this movie. The pacing's like, let's get it done, because like when the first time I checked how much I'm into the movie, I was like already in 13 minutes into the movie. I was like, holy moly, this movie's flying by, and it was pretty much flying by. So I was like, great pacing. It's like, let's just get it done. So yeah, I thought the directing was pretty good with this movie. I did like the directing. It had some pretty good directing in my opinion. So yeah, I liked how the future looked in the movie. I thought the visuals were pretty good for the future. So yeah. Those are my positives with Hot Tub Time Machine 2. I do have a few negatives though. My first one being Adam Scott. Adam Scott is pretty funny, like in other stuff. In this one, I just thought he was just weird, and he just didn't fit as a, replacement for John Cusack. So that's just me, of course, but he does have this really funny scene, I will admit, when he gets on this drug. Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. So yeah. Rob Corddry, now, like I said, he has moments, he made me laugh, but I just felt like, now, I know he was like this in the first movie. I did like him in the first movie because of how funny it was because he was like that. But in this one, it just seemed like he's just being mean for the sake of being mean, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just thought it was really annoying at times, so yeah. Excuse me. I just thought it was really annoying at some points, and, it just made me didn't like his character at points, so yeah. There's this one scene at like a game show, I think it's called Choosy Doozy, I believe. I felt like that scene dragged on way too much. That running joke just was dragging on, and it got old, and I was like, come on, you guys can do better. It was just dragging on. That joke I thought was just dragging on as well, so yeah. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Some of the writing is just awful with the movie. I will admit that. Some of the writing is just terrible with the movie. And my final negative is that some of the jokes do not work. Some of the jokes are not funny. Like, some of the ones that you're supposed to think are funny are not funny. So, yeah. Those are my negatives with Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Oh, and also the ending. The ending was awesome to this movie. Not going to spoil it just in case if you haven't seen this movie. But if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So, overall, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 was a decent movie. I didn't think it was as bad as people are saying it is, but I did think it was decent. So, yeah. So it's time for my official grade on Hot Tub Time Machine 2. My official grade on Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is a B-. It's decent. You know, I enjoyed most of it, and there were some parts, like I said, I didn't like. So yeah, if you want to check this movie out, I say rent it at best. So yeah. So Hot Tub Time Machine 2 gets a B+. Not B+, B-. Sorry. So, what did you guys think of Hot Tub Time Machine 2? Leave in the comment section below. And I'm WWE Fan 0599, and we will see you all later. Peace.